Hey, Shama UFC here. We are going to be doing a showcase on Shavkat Rakhmonov. He will be fighting Ian Gary, another undefeated prospect in the welterweight division, this Saturday at UFC 310. And yeah, this guy, man, he is just terrifying. Nobody wanted to accept the fight, but we gotta give props to Ian Gary for taking this fight because nobody wants to fight Shavkat for the most part. He's 18 and 0 with 100% finish rate, and I believe he's even on his submissions and his KOs. So he's just really well rounded, like everywhere. Like his striking is disgusting. I've seen some of his highlights where he has like spinning heel kick, like finishes. He is terrifying. On top of a great ground game, and he's a very big submission threat. The path to victory for the most part is probably gonna be getting his grappling going. From what I've seen, he's not the greatest with takedowns. He more needs to do like trips and work, takedowns off the cage. So like his open mat takedowns are not going to be the biggest threat so far that we've seen. Um, with the Wonder Boy fight, he struggled a little bit, but he did have a broken foot, I believe, going into that fight. So I'll give him some leeway there. And just crossing that distance against someone like Ian Gary, it's not going to be a very easy task to do because he's great with his distance management, keeping you at the end of his punches. For example, we saw both of them face like Jeff Neal, and it's not really MMA math, but you could just kind of see the issues that Shavkat has. He kind of isn't really good entering in range defensively. He does get tagged up a lot. I mean, who knows? He could have got better in those past few fights, and it's been a long time since he's fought. I believe it's been almost a year, so you could make great progress on that. So we don't know. What we do know is they've sparred each other a lot, and from what I heard, Shavkat has tapped him out. They've had some competitive spars. Oh, right here, guys, I went into the Von Flute counter, but then I went into an arm triangle because that makes it like a very strong entry, chaining the submission together. You could chain submissions from the Von Flute into an arm triangle choke into an arm bar, Kimura into an armbar. Basically makes it the strongest armbar in the game, strongest arm triangle in the game. It just basically means it's almost impossible to race, and I believe it does more damage. So it's more likely you can one-shot people, depending on their submission defense rating. But this one is probably one of the most intriguing fights on that card for me personally, because it's the undefeated prospects. They're both in their prime. Um, Shavkat having that 100% finish rate, and it just seems like he has a good counter, you know, like Ian Gary being so long, perfect with his distance, seems like a great counter to Shavkat. Considering we've seen he has kind of shaky defense, so we're gonna see. Hopefully that's improved. I would love to see a competitive. I believe it's 5 rounds. Yeah, I think it's 5 rounds. I would love to see a 5 round war. That would be really cool. Because these fights, I like them to last a little bit longer. Sometimes it's like, damn, it's been like almost a year, I think, since we've seen Shavka. So if we see it end quickly, we never know when we might see him again. Yeah, we're gonna lock up a Von Flu right here. We're gonna deny left, and we're gonna put him in an arm triangle. That's what gives it the strongest entry. So it makes it pretty much impossible to race, of course. And look at that. It one-shotted him, even though I had like half my stamina. That's how strong it is. Alright, on to the next one. We got Buckley. But I really can't wait for this fight. This whole card in general, I'm really happy for. It's a really great stat card. It's a great pay-per-view to end the year, I'd say, for sure. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's all discussion at the end of the day. So I definitely can't wait to watch. Well, he comes at me with a crazy kick. But yeah, guys like this, you just want to take your time. More because you don't know what they're gonna throw all the time. So, you know, And something else I've been practicing too. Maybe you'll see in some of my future videos. I'm just trying to get better with my boxing. In UFC 4, footwork was a lot better, and it really did mean something if you had higher footwork. This game, pretty sure you guys could tell it's not the case. So I'm just trying to practice my boxing, my counter striking, just getting better overall pocket boxing. Yeah, he was blocking low, so we just timed a head kick. And we're gonna slam him. I believe that's like a hip toss off the cage. You just do that by R1 and X or R1 and circle, and you could do that. As long as you're like one of those good grapplers, like guys like Shavkat and Usman and them. Yeah, there he goes. All right, on to the next one. We got an Ian Gary. So we just gotta be careful with the kicks and everything. We can kick pretty well ourselves, but not as fast. But also, it's hard to do that in this matchup because he's so long with length. He also has like a sharp one too. So like what ends up happening is since I don't have super fast kicking, I can get chopped up with like a 1-2, like really fast. Like before, he's just gonna end up catching me with a bunch of 1-2s or straights as I'm kicking, and that adds vulnerability. So it ends up doing more damage for him. So we're not gonna try to be kicking too much. What we're gonna try to do is box him. We will kick a little bit, just not too much. Do the best that we can. Of course, like certain opponents might stop my grappling, so you can't get frustrated and just try to force it. Then you end up losing, all of your stamina. But yeah, it feels really good. On this new update, UFC 5 specifically, stamina feels a lot better. I could still use work in certain aspects, but I think they're finding a really good balance. My main part is the damage. We still get a bit too many knockdowns. It's getting lower as updates go on, but it just really messes up competitive play for me because sure I might lose a lot more if they change damage, because you're not able to survive as much. So if you do make those mistakes, you will pay for it. I'm willing to die on that hill. I would definitely love to just you know get rewarded. If I land a couple sharp counters in the beginning of the fight and you continue overthrow, I would say I deserve to flash KO you in the first minute or 30 seconds. So it's not with this game. This is why the skill gap is very low. Is you can get knocked down like once or twice and get countered a bunch and be like, oh, I'm gonna play for real now, and still come back and win possibly. So I'm still new. I came here around in the UFC community game wise. I've been here since like late UFC 4. So by the time I came to UFC 4, it was like they had no support. The only thing they were doing was adding new fighters. So I came in like 2 years late. So like I came in the very last year of UFC 4, and obviously I played 5 since launch. It goes to show you don't need to be a player that's been playing since UFC 2 or 1 to be a pretty good player. I believe I got an above average in that time. The only reason why I would say I'm above average is because I'm good at striking and grappling. So I got pretty good with that. And honestly, it's not even because of me. It's because of the content creators I watched. I watch Prioxis, Romero. Who else did I watch? Martial Mind. I learned so much so fast from these content creators. It helped me so much. Do watch some other ones, but for the most part, learning wise, I learned a lot. Mainly, probably from Romero and Prioxis, because they have a lot of tutorial videos. And I remember Prioxis came out with like a denying all transitions video, so I ended up like rewatching that like back in the day when I was on UFC 4, probably like 5, 6 times a day until like it got burned into my mind. So that definitely helped. I didn't just learn all this stuff by myself. You gotta give credit to people who taught you the game. If I didn't have those guys, or if they didn't really make videos on how to play, oh my god. Only God knows where I would be. I would probably still be throwing double hooks somewhere. But yeah, we do a slip hook. Oh, importantly too, I learned it from a random YouTube video. Um, when you do a slip hook, you want to slip and throw the hook with the same hand. Apparently, it does more damage. So like if you slip to your lead hand, throw the lead hook, it does more damage. I don't know why I never knew that, but I guess you learn something new every day. I love to teach. If I'm doing something that most people don't know about, I love to tell you guys because I don't feel like that's cool in the community where we know stuff and we're just not telling new players. I never like that. So I try to tell you guys everything I learn. Like the chaining submissions thing. I'm not too sure if people made vids on that, on how strong that really is to do. Not too sure, but most part, anything really good that high level players know, it's either paywalled or they just don't tell anybody. And that's kind of why this community is like that. Because like whenever I play with newer players, like for example, one of my friends that was watching the videos, we played together and I taught him so much. Like I tried to teach him sidestepping, taught him block counters, different takedowns, the grappling. Like I didn't just beat him up and not try to show him anything. I like to try to teach everybody. It's all about like for the most part for me getting better. And as far as in YouTube, it's helping you guys get better and entertaining you guys. And as far as in ranked, I have hit Division 20. But actually, what's pretty cool is I have a video of like a ranked type of player I found in Quick Match, and that's gonna be the main reason why I do not play ranked because it's not a skill thing; it's who can exploit better. I'm just not up for that. And I feel like quick fights are more entertaining. Like seeing this fight, I'm getting hit up a bit more than I was in my last fights, so I just like a variety of competition. I like it to be. Sometimes I dominate, sometimes I have a close one, maybe sometimes I lose, a better player. I just like having it like that. But facing clinch spammers and people who break block like crazy, I just can't. Yeah, we did our thing in this fight. He backs out. That's it for this one.